Hey guys, welcome back. As the time I record this, I just finished doing my Tekken 2 video, and I figured, you know what? Since I got everything plugged in, I got the game in already, I'm still sitting here, I might as well do a video on Tekken 5 real quick. And this is the PlayStation 2 version of Tekken 5. And of course, they also had like the expanded version of it on PSP and whatnot. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. When this came out, I ran to the game store and I bought it right away. I was kind of blown away by how good it was. Oops, I don't want to go back to the menu. But I was trying to... Oop, I don't want to go to that. I was trying to go to the display settings because I'm playing it on my PlayStation 3, like my old backwards compatible PlayStation 3. And if you set it to widescreen and you can set it to... progressive, which is basically 480p. It forces 480p if you're playing on PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, and that way it kind of stretches out widescreen, fills up the whole screen. My capture card likes it, but the TV I'm playing on doesn't, which is kind of weird. But I mean, like my big screen TV, was kind of like back behind me, plays it just fine. But since I'm kind of sitting right here with my camera and everything, I'm basically just kind of going to leave it normal. So. And of course, if you got like an old CRT and you're playing this on, it looks fantastic on there as well. But just for the sake of video capture, I'm going to go ahead and play it on this. And of course, they added the story battle, time attack, team battle, like the tag team stuff, you know, because Tekken Tag was a thing. Survival, practice, and they added like an adventure game where you play as Jin Kazama. So, and of course, the arcade games where you can play the arcade ports of Tekken 1, 2, and 3, which is like we did in the last video. And of course, I don't have a save file on here. I probably do somewhere, but that's okay. I think I got it on a PlayStation 2 memory card, actually, and I got to port it over. But we're going to play as Kazuya.
Get ready for the next battle.
And this was a lot of fun when it came out, and I was blown away by the graphics when it came out, too. Because, I mean, this was before... God, I think it was either right before 360 came out or right around that time that Xbox 360 came out. But I remember being disappointed that there was no online play, which I don't think I had any PlayStation 2 games that supported online play anyway. But I mean, PlayStation 2, they were really pushing the limits of PlayStation 2 graphics. I mean, it didn't really matter that it didn't have online play, because when PlayStation 3 came out, they did a version of this on PlayStation 3 that did have online play. It was before Tekken 6.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, I remember being pretty blown away by the graphics, even though it wasn't in HD, and I had just picked up an HD TV around that time, too. So I was trying to play like everything HD I could. And I just went from playing Tekken 2 to Tekken 5. And most of the moves are the same, but of course they added a lot more variations of moves that I don't remember. But it's a lot more responsive. Yeah, I mean, the graphics, the environments, and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's really, really cool. I mean, beautiful looking game. And I remember seeing an arcade machine of this at a couple places. And I remember playing the owner, who was really good at the game. So we had some good matches.
You win.
And this is around the time they started doing... Oops, I didn't want to do exit. Alright, we'll try it again.
The King of Iron Fist tournament.
This was around the time they did something where I don't know exactly how it works, but they did something where they take like variations of characters that people played in the arcade and they put them in this game, like just kind of cosmetic variations. Of course, I don't know if it's coming across on my capture card, but I can kind of see that, like that scaled 480i look on here. Even though it's actually playing at 720p on my PlayStation. Yeah, it's playing at 720p. But it's scaling a 480i signal on my PlayStation 3, but that's okay. Yeah, whenever you have a PlayStation, because there were some later PlayStation 2 games like God of War and Tekken 5 are the only two examples I know of off the top of my head. But whenever you have your PlayStation 3 output set to like 1080i, 1080p, 720p, whatever, and then you have a specific PlayStation 2 game that forces 480p output, like this game here, it actually overrides the PlayStation 3. Let's play Heihachi.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
I think, if I remember correctly, the final boss of this game was actually Heihachi's father. Who was super old, but still a badass. Of course, his 10-hit combos, you got to be a little more precise on the timing than on Tekken 2.
Round 2. Fight.
I love that throw. I love the throws in this. And we'll play Law. We'll fight Law. And I talked about it in my last video. I really liked this game when it came out. I really liked Tekken 6. Tekken Tag I'm a huge fan of. Tekken Tag 2 I only played recently, but it's really good. Tekken 7, I did not like Tekken 7. I don't know if maybe I was just turned off by the graphics because it was poorly optimized for the Xbox One. Or specifically the Xbox One X. I should look in to see if maybe they released a patch to optimize it for the Xbox One X, now that the Xbox Series is out. But like I was saying in my last video, they made Tekken Tag 2 for the Wii U, but they didn't make a Tekken game for the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of weird to me. They should have made one for the Vita as well. They made Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I like that game.
Fight.
But Street Fighter Cross Tekken, it's a little more casual of a Street Fighter game than Street Fighter 4 was. So I think that's why it didn't get received as well. Kind of the same problems that Street Fighter 5 had, which I've never played. When it came out, I heard it didn't have an arcade mode, so I was like, I don't even want to play it. I mean, how can you have a Street Fighter game with no arcade mode?
You win. Get ready for the next battle.
Man, that's like having ice cream with no vanilla.
Round 1. Fight.
That's like having a strip club with no strippers. God, Street Fighter game with no arcade mode.
Round 2. Fight.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely played a lot more Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 than I did Tekken 5. I mean, this game was a lot of fun, blew me away when it came out. But of course, when it came out, this was after arcades have died down by a lot. I was really surprised to even see an arcade machine of this, because I didn't even know they made one. At least made one in the United States. But I mean, that's why I didn't play a whole lot of it. But I'm going to play Asuka, because Asuka plays a lot like June does in Tekken 2 and Tekken Tag. Kind of looks like Dante.
Fight.
Alright. Let's bust out my huge Jun Kazama combos.
Round 2. Fight.
All she needs is some Fruity Pebble here, and she'd be just like Asuka from wrestling. who was really awesome in NXT. But I have not watched wrestling in a while. Pro wrestling just, in general, sucks now. It's just not as good. I mean, they got so many good wrestlers now, but just the show is just crap. AEW is not too bad.
You lose. Continue.
All right, let's try it again.
The King of Iron Fist, Asuka Kazama. Get ready for the next battle. Round 1.
Yeah, problem with pro wrestling nowadays is just it's so overproduced. It's so the in-ring psychology is so bad. Like if you're like a casual wrestling fan that you just enjoyed it back in the day, and then you go back and watch it now, it's like okay, it's great, but it just looks off. Like something about it just looks weird. Like it looks too fake, and you know it's fake because it's pro wrestling. But it's just it looks weird. It looks different. It's just really bad in-ring psychology. Like basically, there's a match that Seth Rollins did. I forgot who was wrestling. I want to say John Cena, but actually no, it wasn't John Cena. It might have been, but Seth Rollins basically took this wicked DDT. I mean, it was like, you know, good hardcore looking DDT. But then 45 seconds later, Seth Rollins is making his comeback and jumps on the turnbuckle and does like his 450 Phoenix flip or whatever he called it. And it's like, wait a minute, shouldn't you be like laying on the ground unconscious for 5 minutes before doing that? So it's... Ah, dang. Lee's kick combos can be a pain. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, the problem with pro wrestling is, even though it's fake, it looks too fake. It doesn't look real enough. It doesn't... It's too difficult to suspend your disbelief. It's the way I like to... the comparison I like to make is, it's like bad CGI in movies. When you watch a movie, you know special effects are CGI that can't be done practical. But if it's done well enough and you're into the story and you're into everything, you don't care. You're into it. It's great. You're just enjoying the moment. But if the CGI looks like crap or if the story looks like crap, it's like, ugh. Why do I want to watch this? And it's the same with bad psychology in pro wrestling. Like, I remember there was an NXT... I don't know why I'm talking about pro wrestling so much when I'm playing Tekken, but why not? I remember there was this tag match, and it was on one of the NXT takeovers, and I forgot who it was, but everyone was reviewing it like it was like the best freaking tag match ever. And after a couple days, I was finally able to sit down and watch it, and it was really good. Until it got to the very end when the person was about to tap and he's like reaching for the rope, but he's like, his arms like this, not like this, like this, and then he tapped. Like he literally just kind of like, and that took me out of the whole thing, and to me the match just instantly sucked. So everything they did up to the match up until that point was pretty much meaningless. So. And the comparison I like to use for that is, if you ever seen the movie Contact, you know, like the alien one, great movie. Until you get to the very end and the alien is her father. It's like, great movie until you get to the ending. And it sucks. So, it's like that. Anyway, I should probably talk about Tekken 5 more since I'm playing it. They did, I talked about it a little bit, they did the PlayStation Portable, I was going to say Vita, but PSP version, Tekken Dark Resurrection, which is basically like the expanded version of Tekken 5. And this was really, really good game. And even though they didn't make Tekken on the Switch, they also didn't make it on the Vita, but the game was backwards compatible on the Vita. At least I think it was. I hope it was. It'd be horrible not to make it compatible. But yeah, like whenever I travel, I always take my Nintendo Switch with me, but I always bring my PlayStation Portable with me as well, my PSP. That way I always got two handhelds, you know, in case battery dies on one of them, or good variety of games. That way I can play pretty much any game I want to play. Ooh, nice counter move there. I actually did the counter move by accident. Or no, it was a throw. Okay. Yeah, she does the counter moves like June does as well. So I can do it. You gotta time it just right. There we go. I always thought the throws in Tekken were just really cool looking. Of course, I think it's the end of Tekken 2 in the story, Kazuya dies. And then in Tekken 4, it's revealed that he's alive. But yeah, when I played the games, I played like the first Tekken like maybe once, if I even played it at all. But I was really into Tekken 2, really into Tekken 3. Tekken Tag came out, and I played that a lot. Like one of the bowling alleys had like one of the big machines. Played the heck out of that. And of course, Tekken Tag on PlayStation 2 when that came out. I mean, it was actually better than the arcade version, and it looked phenomenal. I don't know if they redid the textures or what they did, but that was such a good launch game. But Tekken 4 I didn't really play, because I was so into Tekken Tag that Tekken 4 kind of felt like a downgrade. And then, of course, Tekken 5 came out, and you know this copy here. And that was a lot of fun to play. I want to play Christy, because she's dressed all skimpy. Remember she was in Tekken 4, and she was like in the commercial, and that was like one of the selling points. But eventually I went on a cruise for a family reunion, and we just went to one of the towns in Mexico. It was like a 3-day cruise. It wasn't a big one, but they had like a little small arcade there, and they had a Tekken 4 machine there. They had Tekken 4, House of the Dead 4, I think. Not 3, it was 4. And God, I forgot what else. A couple other machines. It wasn't a big arcade. It was pretty simple. But God, I played the crap out of Tekken 4 there. That was a lot of fun. So I was able to finally enjoy the game for what it was. And I actually got it on PlayStation 2 now, but I haven't played a lot of it since then. Of course, this chick plays a lot like Eddie Gordo from Tekken 3. Kind of like that dancing fighting. I remember when Tekken 3 came out, a lot of people were playing Eddie, and they would basically just like spam the 2 low attack buttons. And they just pull off all these moves. Yeah, Eddie was a very popular character. It was pretty cool.
You win. Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
I think the PlayStation 3 version of this game, the HD version, they added some more characters.
Round 2.
Now, the PlayStation 3 I have is not the same PlayStation 3 when the Tekken 5 HD version came out. So I should see if that game's still online. Maybe it's on sale. Should pick it up. I never really bothered to look into it because whenever I play Tekken Online, I'd play Tekken 6. Of course, I had the 360 version of Tekken 6, which is backwards compatible on the Xbox One, by the way.
Final round. Fight.
It's probably the best I've played in Tekken in like the last couple weeks. I don't know if the fighting... See, I did the arcade mode. I don't know if it keeps playing and playing, or if I gotta play the story mode to play like the boss. But I think it keeps going and going. I gotta play the story mode to play the final boss.
Round 2. Fight.
I should start getting more like the arcade controls for all the various systems that I have. Problem with a lot of the arcade controls is they got too many buttons on them. Like if I wanted a Tekken arcade control, it would have like extra buttons on it, and it wouldn't have like just the 4. Or the Street Fighter arcade controls, it would have 4 across, yeah, like 4 across, 1 row up, 1 row down, and not 3 across like the arcade. So that's my problem with a lot of arcade controls, is they add too many unnecessary buttons. Of course, this character Jun is supposed to be the son, or Jin, I'm sorry, Jin Kazama. He's supposed to be the son of Jun and Kazuya. So in Tekken 3, he played a lot like Kazuya. He had all of Kazuya's moves, and he had some of Jun's moves, and just a few others. So it's kind of a cool little blend. And then Tekken 4, when they brought back Kazuya, they changed his moves up almost completely. It was almost a completely different character, with a couple exceptions. And they explained it in the story, like he went to form his own version of martial arts or whatnot. But then in Tekken 5, and this one here, there's the devil version of him, which plays almost identical to his Tekken 3 variation. So that was kind of cool.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1.
We're fighting in Antarctica. Lots of penguins. Because Tekken and penguins go well together. I love how a lot of the Tekken games on PlayStation will still say insert coin along the top. I always thought that was really cool. That was always a nice touch. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a cool throw. God, I love the throws in this game. I love the throws in a lot of these games.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, I don't know if it's showing up on the video capture, but I can definitely tell like that interlaced look on here, but from the video capture. But anyway, I'm just gonna kind of call it a day on that video right there. Let me know what you think of this game. Let me know what you think of the Tekken series. Also, please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and also please share these videos if you want to help out my channel, because my channel is a very small channel. The videos don't really show up in the recommended feed a lot. So if you share this video, that helps a ton. So anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you for coming to my video. If you would like to help my channel grow, please like and subscribe, and please click on this little bell icon so you never miss a future video.